What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent week. I've been trying so hard to avoid doing content on Aaron Rodgers. Because I know it's getting old. As viewers, you don't want to hear the same old thing over and over. We're talking about new general manager, new head coach, draft, unfortunately, who's the next quarterback. But the presser today from Rodgers really got me aggravated, annoyed, and then concerned. Where the first question was to him, do you think the next 5 games are an addition to, prove to the Jets that you're worthy of coming back or to earn your spot here? And he was really arrogant, man. He was like, no, this team knows what I bring to the table. I mean, actually, we don't know what you bring to the table. We know what you did in Green Bay. What you did here is you unfortunately got hurt the first year, and this year has been an unmitigated disaster. Now, that could be due to injuries, terrible coaching, terrible scheme, whatever it is. I haven't seen any fourth quarter comebacks, no 300-yard games. Not the leader we thought you were. I've seen you miss Garrett Wilson. I've seen you throw a pick six to Leonard Williams. So in terms of that arrogance, that's just wild. Like, I don't think he's this enormous locker room presence, this great leader that's, galvanizing the whole team to move forward. I don't see that. So that response was kind of weird, but that's who he is. Like, he is a cocky, arrogant guy that's accomplished a lot in the NFL. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen here. So to talk like that as a Jet, to me, was kind of comical. The second thing was about the future, where does he want to play next year? And he said all the right things initially, whereas, listen, coming back to the Jets is his first choice. He just rebuilt it. He redid his house. He's comfortable. He likes the area, likes his teammates. The next part of his answer bothered me, where it was like, but once the Jets decide what they want to do, if they want him to come back, he'll think about it. But he has a process. And his process is, once the season ends, he takes 4 weeks, about a month to think about it. The Jets don't have a month, because here's your problem. You're looking for a general manager and a head coach. General manager first, and these guys have to have a vision. And their first question is going to be, what's the status of Woody Johnson? What's the status of Aaron Rodgers? And they're going to be like, we don't know. Well, at that point, you have to go by, if you have your candidate that you love, you have to go by their vision. If their vision is, listen, we understand who Aaron is. We also understand the financial implications if he actually plays next year, the cap hit after that, which is monstrous. And we want to go a different direction. At that point, the Jets got to act like a normal, competent organization, and you dictate to Aaron Rodgers that, listen, man, we know you're thinking about it, but, we're going to move on in a different direction. No need for you, we can release you. You can't trade him, but you can release you, and we're just going to go our separate ways. That's got to be the plan. Now, if you find a general manager that says, you know what, we want to bring him back, great. The last thing I want is Woody Johnson to have some kind of handshake agreement behind the scenes with Rodgers saying, you know what, I'll bring you back next year. We'll make it work. And that would be typical same old Jets. And that's what got in this fucking mess in the beginning. So that's something to keep an eye on. I want Woody Johnson to meet the media at the end of the season and tell him what his vision is and what his plan is. And when the direct question you ask him is, what are you going to do with Aaron Rodgers? Do you let your new regime decide, or are you deciding for them? And that will speak volumes. Because if Woody's deciding for them, you're going to alienate candidates. And that is half the problem that we're in right now. So stay tuned for it. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to harp on it. I know there's a lot of negativity out there. It's hard not to be. But this situation is big. I'm ready to move on from him. I mean, I'm not going to be shy about it. You have Tyrod Taylor. I know he gets hurt. I don't care. He's a competent NFL quarterback. You have him. You have Jordan Travis. You want to bring in Justin Fields or whoever else. You want to draft a kid in the second round? Great. Have a competition. Next year for me is not going to be a 10-win season. It's a year to rebuild your culture, rebuild your program, and set your building block for the next year where you should be very competitive. So let me know what you guys think, but the Jets cannot bungle this Aaron Rodgers situation.